Greetings, dear suckers. My name's Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And welcome back to Disco Elysium. Last time, that bozo to the left talked our ear off about how everything used to be better and how everything went to hell. Or something like that. What about you? You got anything to say?
I have really outdone myself. This is divine.
He takes a bite out of his sandwich.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat ass of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
You mentioned Jean-Marie Villot. Who is that?
Oh, sweet Jenny. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
I'll bet.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
There's an almost imperceptibly small tremble in his voice.
His tone lacks its usual intensity, like he doesn't feel he has the right to speak on the matter.
So you both know her?
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4.
Ha. That right.
She was René's first girl back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
And then you stole her from me.
He jerks forward, but then grabs his chest and stops. Easy, fellows. No need for this to get ugly.
Oh, officer. It already got ugly nearly 80 years ago when the 3 of us were just learning to walk and talk.
You stole her from me.
René repeats, trying to steady his breathing and still clutching his chest.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
We were just boys then. This was different. You...
The tall veteran looks at you and nods.
No point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company. Officer.
So, what happened to her?
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage, peaceful.
He smiles faintly.
René and I were both by her bedside when she...
He pauses, searching for the right word.
Died. No use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back. Will it now?
departed. Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
Ha! Just another tragic, silly tale that could have been... Did that just merge with that other ball? Anyway, just another tragic, silly tale that could have all been avoided with a little bit of polyamory. Yeah, that ball is merging with that one. That's weird. Wait, why do you think she was indecisive?
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry.
The look in his eyes is happy and distant. Why couldn't she have both?
She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married.
Women, right?
Heck, technically, we're both still engaged to her.
Well then. Should have both gotten married to her then. Oh well.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. So justa with your fancy words and pastries.
Well, fancy words and pastries are one way to a woman's heart, I suppose.
He suddenly remembers you are still there, falls silent, and turns away.
Thanks for sharing.
Of course, officer.
Ooh.
Memories are all we have left.
And memories are what got me another level up. Cool. Let's put into conceptualization. For obvious reasons. For once, I'm not agonizing about what to do with the level up. Tell me, what do you know about the dead man?
Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
Really? You know absolutely nothing?
No, officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
No, so you do know something.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
He means caviar socialists.
Right. Those bozos.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
Odd. He doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here.
Is that right? Sounds a bit like you're holding back.
I'm not. I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrard.
How do you know Everard?
Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea. There he stands, proud, rigid and alone, like a cracking marble statue.
Alright. Starting to pay dividends already. Cracking marble statue, facing the sea, as he falls to pieces, just like everything around him. Not because the world is collapsing in on itself or anything like that, but simply because the world is just so brutally, unforgivingly mediocre. He tried to be something better than it, but his path only led him here. And the ones he looked up to failed him, just as he failed them. Does any of that sound familiar?
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Indeed.
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient.
Are you a union member?
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
In many ways?
Oh, yes.
So you're not an actual member?
Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card. But Evrard keeps me on the payroll. Just for the little things.
The little things, huh? Is that right?
So that's what it was before. Him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the Union. And now the illusion is disintegrating before your and René's eyes.
Huh.
He doesn't know anything. Because no one tells him anything. He's an outsider.
two old men sitting around a crater, both trying to present themselves as some grand thing. Pretending like they're someone that matters in the world, so to speak.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Vezavane. Turns the way the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate this socialist rabble, but even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
Pick a side. Bah. Picking sides is for slaves in search of a master. A truly free man is always on his own side. What are the little things you do for Everard?
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say.
What kind of things do you write for him?
Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Everard and I have these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Let's stay on the track here, guys.
On the Union track?
Shut up! Are you a caviar socialist? I don't think he's a caviar anything.
I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something I involve myself in, officer.
Oh? Wait, how can you write those newspaper pieces if you're not political?
Officer, I have a vivid imagination. And like I said, I have a way with words. That's enough. No need to sink into politics.
Fair enough, then.
He just fluffs it up.
Ha! Man after my own heart.
Of course. Don't sink into anything. Don't sink into any fight. Only sink into your couch.
You need to believe in something. Freedom, the people, Revachol, or even money. Do you? Do you really?
I believe everyone has the right to think and do whatever they want. Even if it's nothing at all. I'm very adaptable.
Yeah. Even if it's nothing at all, huh? Fair enough, then, Gaston Martin. Fair enough.
Mon Dieu.
The carabinier closes his eyes, like he's never going to open them again. Thanks, that's all for now.
No, thank you. For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case wrapped up in no time.
One can only hope. Looks delicious. Point to the sandwich. Can I have a bite of that?
I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food. Nothing personal, it's just a principle.
Understandable.
The only one you have.
It's a good one, though.
The sandwich looks like a culinary wonder. Well made and abundant in components. The author sure knew their craft.
Kinda hard to tell from where I'm standing, but I'll take your word for it.
In addition to the obvious slice of ham, a fat one, you notice a brim of a tomato peeking from below. And is that mayonnaise?
Don't be a dick, Gaston. There's plenty for everyone.
Believe me, officer, I wish I could help you, but I need this sandwich to keep my blood sugar stable. In my age, you need to pay attention to these things.
I don't know why this is turning into a whole thing, but okay. Please, friend, let's just share it.
Fuck off! It's mine!
He jerks away, immediately startled by his own reaction.
A glimmer of respect flashes in Rene's eyes.
Sorry, officer. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it in a bad way. But the sandwich is mine. I'm not gonna share it.
And it's gone.
When the dissidents come to rape our country, he hides. But try to get a bite of his dear sandwich and he gets claws? We are a special kind of vermin, Gaston.
What a strange interaction. Rhetoric, legendary. Convince Gaston to relinquish his sandwich. Why has this become some sort of thing?
It is such
What?
a pleasure.
Sure, let's try. Why not?
Alright,
Oh.
this is how we're gonna do it.
Hot damn. Okay. Fucking A. Alright. Got an 11 at that. I admire your handiwork, chef, but there are a few things I do differently.
Like what, officer? This is as good as they come in Revachol, I assure you.
An array of delicious recipes flashes through your mind. Salads, salmon, sandwiches, bingo.
Had you put a large slice of Olduvian cheese crosswise from the ham, it would minimize the component loss via crumbling.
Mon Dieu, that is an excellent idea. That would virtually negate the component loss.
Indeed. I'll do you one better. The air pocket between cheese and ham could house pre-roasted paprika.
Ce serait délicieux. Can you make that sandwich, officer?
Sure, but I'm going to need yours as a prototype first.
I hope you are not just tricking an old man out of the little he has left.
He says solemnly and hands you his sandwich. Yes! We have claimed the sandwich! At last! Victory! We have victory! Initial development takes time, of course, but in 6 to 9 months, you will eat the sandwich of gods.
Oh, god of sandwiches, maybe?
He tries to pitch in.
But in the meanwhile, what can I do for you here and now, officer?
I don't know, man. I'm just gonna fucking save that. That was glorious. My finest hour. This might be the biggest sandwich you have ever seen. The size is almost intimidating, invoking feelings of inadequacy. Abundant in components, rich in both smell and taste, probably. This truly is the work of a master craftsman. Why has this giant ham sandwich become such a fucking thing? Okay then.
The ham sandwich looks fresh and nutritious in your hand, begging to be eaten. A treat of this magnitude should not be enjoyed alone.
I cannot be bought. Throw the sandwich on the ground. What? Here, Kim, let's share. Hold out the sandwich.
I'll pass. Thanks.
How dare you?
When you hold something up long enough, some people are compelled to take it. Try it on the lieutenant.
Okay. Hold the sandwich up for the lieutenant to take it.
Thank you, but no, I'm not hungry.
Keep holding the sandwich.
No,
Do not lower the sandwich.
no.
Hold the sandwich up, moving it closer to his chin. His chin. Thank you, Harry. Very cool.
The lieutenant's eyes express an absolute lack of interest.
Move the sandwich around in front of the lieutenant's mouth and make aircraft noises. What the fuck is this whole thing? Where has my life gone? How has it come to this?
The lieutenant stands next to you, but he might as well exist in a parallel realm.
I feel like I've stepped into a parallel realm ever since I first started talking about this goddamn sandwich.
This man does not crack under pressure. Stars would die before he'd succumb to any kind of manipulation. With this realization comes a sudden flash of pride.
titan of volition, this man. You know, Kim, if I were to hold this sandwich up long enough...
Some people would feel compelled to take it. Yes, I know.
Not you, though?
No.
Okay, let me... Hang on.
I'll pass.
When you hold something up long,
Yes, authority. Why won't you take the sandwich?
I'm just not hungry, and therefore have little reason to take it.
This isn't about hunger, Kim. It's about camaraderie.
Camaraderie?
Yes, by sharing the sandwich, you and I solidify the bond between us. I'm just saying words now, aren't I?
Is it really necessary?
Yes, 100%, Kim.
the bond between officers, partners, are paramount. That's how trust is built. Trust saves lives.
Is this necessary? Is friendship necessary? Is brotherhood?
Okay. They are all necessary. Let's share the sandwich if it matters that much to you.
The lieutenant breaks the sandwich in two and quickly eats his half. Friends forever! Eat your half of the sandwich.
Sure.
The
Time to go solve a murder investigation.
Okay. That certainly was... That certainly was. Okay then.
It is such a pleasure to...
That... I'm glad we can move on from the giant ham sandwich arc of this story, which was certainly one of the arcs of all time. Anyway, what are the rules of this game?
Oh, the goal is to throw your bull as close to the cochonnet as you can. That's the cochonnet.
He points to a small wooden ball in the middle of the crater. Interesting. Tell me more about it.
Well, first, you draw a circle about a half a meter in diameter. We made ours out of rope. Then, the order of play is determined by a coin toss. You win it. You get to throw the cochonnet.
Alright.
Then, the players aim to throw their bulls as close to the cochonnet as possible. They must stay in the circle and keep both feet planted.
Alright. Is there anything else you can tell me about it?
I could, but I'd rather not. I don't want to take up your time with trivial details, officer.
I think I get it. Thanks, Gaston.
You'll put that knowledge to good use in 50 years. I'm sure of that, officer.
If I survive 20.
I don't like where this is going, officer. Don't you think we should do something else now?
No, I want to talk to him. I promise it won't be about... I don't remember how to pronounce that.
Hurry up then.
No, I don't actually have anything else to talk about. Okay then. How long have we known each other? Almost 80 years? Anything else to say?
Vigilance, officer.
I guess I could try this one. What is it about this old soldier that makes him stand so proud? This has much better odds than the rhetoric check, so I'm probably gonna fail it.
As Rennie
No,
turns
okay.
from you to his partner and back, the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lifted, displaying them proudly.
Huh. I succeeded by exactly the same margin as the other one. Funny that. How many medals are there?
2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun.
Look at the cross.
A crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle. It's the Croix de Bravoure, Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in Suzerain's armed forces, awarded for exceptional bravery in the line of duty, in service of King Frissel I.
Oh, very impressive. What about the sun?
A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word valiance written below. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans in service of King Frizzle I during the Revolution.
Point to his chest. Did you get them for...
For bravery.
He interjects.
It's a conflicted topic for the old veteran. There must have been a number of controversial episodes in his service days.
That's what I was going to say. Bravery.
I'm sure. But I know this uniform's reputation. You are also wondering if I got this for raping women or killing babies.
I don't know the reputation of anything. Don't even recognize the war.
Son, we should never forget our past. Lots of mistakes were made back then, but there were also lessons.
His voice takes on a tutor-like quality. Well, maybe. But some lessons should be forgotten. Perhaps. Some things perhaps should be unlearned.
Forgetting those times means the mistakes were for nothing. That all those people died for nothing.
That does sound unfortunate. But then, there's worse things to die for than nothing.
Whoa! Sounds like you're about to open the gates of conversation. This man will literally talk your ear off if you let him wander off to memory lane.
So what did you get the medals for?
For doing my duty in the heat of battle. For looking my mortality in the eye. When men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shot themselves.
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
Saved a princeling?
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Couronne and were getting really ambitious. King Frizzle thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin, Drisson, to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Drisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatiel feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity?
I can, yes.
He really despises that Drissant fellow.
I don't blame him.
Purple velvet tunic. That isn't exactly camo.
Not unless you're camouflaging to go frolic in the fucking tulips. No.
To keep the long and bloody story short, Drisson marched us against the partisans in Couronne. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion.
What a fucking pissant.
The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage.
Carnage, it sounded like he said. Pretty damn clever indeed. Kinda, but mainly they kinda just got handed a victory there. Must have been a blood path. Blood path? I mean bloodbath? Whatever.
I got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw.
Fucking hell.
Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee.
He pats his right thigh. Yeah. Not a good time for anyone involved. Except the communards, I suppose. They were having a whale of a time.
Hang on to the story. Veterans get sentimental after such retellings. This might yield something useful.
Okay. Then what did you do?
I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black.
Capitaine Arnoux, le fléau des chevaux.
The bane of horses.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolas Tresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me.
You'd think that would have been an encyclopedia check. Whatever.
The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one.
At least he has one virtue, then. That's no dink. That's a fighter.
So I grabbed the dink and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up.
He says with a stern look.
Through some miracle, we both survived. And the jealous freak convinced Frissel to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood. Piece and shit.
I mean, yeah, he fucking crawled all the way to the 59th Cavalry with him in tow. After saving his life from the horse, which had just brutalized you. That's... yeah, I'd say that's medal worthy, alright?
He was the commanding officer and I was on duty. Just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning.
I mean, what should we give out medals for, if not carrying out your duty in exemplar fashion?
You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty. More than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his billowing breasts, and untarnished self-worth.
Good man. Sounds like you're being modest, Renee.
The old carabinier stands quietly like a statue, his features motionless.
What Monseigneur Modesty is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him and Drizant. 2 days later, that was.
7 fucking kilometers. Crawling with a half-dead man in tow. Over 2 days, you say. Fucking A, man. That's hard as fuck, Renee.
And that even while crawling with a mangled half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way.
What? Okay, fucking Chuck Norris over here, apparently. God damn.
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself, it's there.
Hold on, you're just a little bit proud of Renee's heroics, aren't you?
Sorry, officer, but you're reading me all wrong. I'm a man of peace, and these kinds of bloody heroics are only impressive to men like Rene himself. Certainly not to me.
Oh yes, I'm sure.
How did you find the story to be, officer?
You're a good liar, Gaston. Quite impressive. It's men like Renee who made Revachol great once. Maybe.
Maybe, but also bear in mind, officer.
He points to the sun-shaped medal on Renee's chest.
They don't end this out for anyone with a service record. Oh no, you have to get shot. Repeatedly. And you need to get your hands bloody too. Really, really bloody.
I'll bet.
Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltroon.
He slams the heel of his boot in the ground.
Duty is something you will never understand.
Why do you despise Drissom so much? I mean, I can probably guess.
Because he was a goddamn dandy. Had no business leading men or even being on the battlefield. All he was related. That's it.
Indeed. That does sound like a poor reason to choose someone to lead you, doesn't it?
Royal blood alone doesn't make army commanders. He was a stupid kid, only interested in horses, hairstyles, and man-loving. And 782 Royal Carabineers are dead because of his incompetence.
Man-loving? Is that even a word?
Whoa, Man-loving? Is that even a word?
My thoughts exactly.
It is not.
Thanks for the story, Renee.
Bah! There were many such stories in those days. Many such men, too. True Eversholians. Men with backbone.
I'll bet.
Oh, yes, René, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord, please bring those days back, if you can.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Officer, was there anything else?
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier.
Huh. A red check drama, legendary 14. I don't... Let's, not. Okay. Hmm? Backyard wall. What? Oh, right, I see. There was a conceptualization check over in the where was it? Yeah, 28%. Cindy's artistic impulses are infectious. Impossible 18. Well, we've succeeded worse. And better. Can we go 3 for 3 today? Can we?
Because
Yes!
you see it.
Okay!
Finally. This wall is sublime. Look at it. The shadows. The colors.
Fucking hell. Exactly 18. Let the conceptual joy flow into your pupils and blossom into thoughts in your brain.
All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color peeled from the very face of God.
Okay. Is this going to turn into another thing like the ham sandwich? More!
O Wallfather.
Kim, I must paint this wall. Add even more beauty to it. No, there's nothing to add to perfection. Wallfather. Wallfather.
Huh? He sounds tired of it all.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you, Kim. But alright.
Cindy the Skull has all the necessary materials. Talk to her.
First, I know you're tired, Kim, but take another look at this wall. Draw nourishment from its beauty.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
The lieutenant looks up at the wall reluctantly, then back at you. I must talk to Cindy. Get the necessary materials from her.
If you must.
He sighs, then adds in a resigned tone. Yeah, I feel ya, Kim. I feel ya. You have seen an exceptionally beautiful wall in Martinez, near the pier, and have decided to add to its beauty artistically. Then this will take a brush first. Who would have one? Then paint, and then the act itself. That was a weirdly phrased paragraph. Everything about this is weird. Okay then. Let's see if we can get the materials. Why not, after all? Yo.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Is that bed in the coal room yours?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
You're a coal miner, or are you a coal miner? As it with an O.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Maybe both. Really? You're a miner?
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens.
Don't you have a real home?
Does anyone in a city like this?
She replies, wistfully looking around. Fair enough, I guess.
If there's pain about any particular home she's lost, she's buried it deep, fortified herself against it.
It's not the nicest place, but I guess it'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me.
I guess.
Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
She looks at the paint dripping down the wall. Fair enough, I guess.
The inspiration will come to her once hell is set loose on the streets. It's too calm right now.
I'm not sure calm will be the word I'd use to describe it. Cool, I have other questions.
Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
Bang bang. Cindy, I need some paint. And your brush, too.
What for?
I'm doing renovation. It's boring, but necessary.
But boring. You're not using my lovely brush to spread boredom.
For my motor carriage. We're going undercover.
I ain't helping no pigs fool honest, upstanding citizens. I'm not an antisocial element.
The apocalypse is coming. I need to warn people.
What do you think I'm trying to paint here? A mural for a better tomorrow? Why do you really need it?
For art. It's for art, okay?
Well, if it's for art. But what kind of art are we talking about?
Grand art. Art deluxe. The artsiest. The most groundbreaking. To be honest, I haven't really thought of anything yet. But I'm sure I will. I guess. I'm just following dialogue trees at this point.
Then you have time to find your own fucking brush.
You'll see. You will all see and tremble.
Yeah, not gonna hold my breath, Piggy. You look like you'd suck. Everything really.
She quickly adds. Oh, look. Conceptualization impossible 18. Attempt to explain your artistic intentions. Oh, that's lovely. Even with my 6 conceptualization, I can only just barely get an 8% just because of the +1 I have. And it's a red check. Lovely. Fuck it, why not? Let's try it. Maybe we'll go 4 for 4. I've had ridiculous luck this episode. Let's try.
They do
No.
say the painter
Fuck.
always paints his own portrait.
So close. I'm going to paint a self-portrait, but sort of, from the inside, to show people what it's like. Man, that's lame.
No, it's great.
Is it? Okay, fine.
That's pretty fucked up. Even for you, Piggo.
What if I had some interpretive dance?
I think everyone would rather you didn't.
She looks you up and down. Okay, I won't do that. Please just give me some paint and a brush. I need to do some art.
You're a real sad sack. You know that? Go ahead then. Art it up. Just try not to hurt yourself. And no self-portraits.
She drops the paintbrush at your feet. Oh, okay. Thanks, Cindy. Pick up the brush.
Oh, but I'm all out of fuel oil.
You know what you should be able to find in your government-issued vehicle? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil.
Yeah, true, I suppose. We'd have easier access to it than she would. Right on. No way I'm settling for paint, if even children are painting with fuel oil.
That beautiful wall deserves nothing less.
Kim, my friend, would you be willing to sacrifice some of your fuel oil for art?
My fuel oil is for my kinema. Use your own fuel if you are unable to contain your artistic impulses, but please, leave my kinema out of it.
My own, you say? I have no idea where that would be. A paintbrush belonging to Cindy the Skull, an aspiring artist. Its bristles smell nauseatingly of heavy fuel oil. Specks of red, orange, and green paint cover the aluminum ferrule. Okay, we got the brush, even though we failed. Sure, makes as much sense as anything, I guess. Now we just need the fuel. I wonder if we can nick it from his car when he's not around. I wonder if we can nick it from his car when he is around.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft...
Probably not. Okay. I assume we're not going to find any on this side of the river then. Or at the very least, we're not going to be able to get some while Kim is around here. Which means there's just one more thing to do. Get across the river, then. Across to the other side at last. Next time. So until then, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you're for some reason subscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. Fuck you all so much for watching, and so long, suckers.
You're gonna be okay, kid.